Al-Mutanabbi Street in Baghdad, named after the 10th century classical Iraqi poet, the heart and soul of Baghdad's educated elite. A place where intellectuals, students and writers can find books on hundreds of subjects. The censorship of Saddam's rule long forgotten. The media publishing business flourishing without government interference since 2003. But some Iraqis are saying the censor's pen is now back. In August, the Iraqi Ministry of Culture issued new restrictions based on the Iraqi constitution with regards to the rights of individuals and responsibility to society.
I think the new decision was made in a rush, and I'm sure it will not help the educated Iraqi elite. I think it aims to limit the variety of topics and thoughts.
The flow of books coming in should be easier and not put new obstacles. The Ministry of Culture has imposed new restrictions, and that will have an effect on us, on the price of the book, and ultimately will affect the reader and the researcher.
But there is confusion surrounding the new rules. The Deputy Culture Minister, Nasser Al-Hammoud, has said the ban is only on books that incite violence, sectarianism and glorifying jihad. But the General Director of the Ministry's Publication Department says all books, regardless of their topics, will still be allowed into the country.
The new rules for the ministry are not spread among the educated elite, and they think the old books law under Saddam is still valid. We simply stopped that law, and we have imposed a new law that organises the flow of books.
Bashir adds the ministry is not responsible for the book's content. He says it's up to the reader or the government to resort to Iraqi law if it felt a publication violates the constitution, although the Iraqi constitution itself is ambivalent on the subject. Many, though, are not convinced, saying it's the beginning of more steps to control and tighten personal freedoms. Others say it heralds a return to dictatorship.
The government wants to impose censorship on everything in the media and publications. The telecommunication minister came out and said that he got a direct order from the Prime Minister to impose censorship on the internet. What the government missed, that it's impossible to control the media with an iron fist once again. There is no return to dictatorship.
In response to the new restrictions and a proposed new law on media freedoms, journalists and writers demonstrated in Baghdad with the cry, "No to silencing and yes to freedom," denouncing any steps or intentions by the government for a wider crackdown on the media and freedom of expression and speech. Mindful perhaps of Al-Mutanabbi himself, who equated the power of the pen to that of the might of the sword. Omar Saleh, Al Jazeera.